Hey everyone. So let's talk about righteousness. It's a big word, right? But what if I told you there's a way to think about it that might just flip everything you've heard on its head? We're going to explore this incredible idea that the gift of righteousness isn't some unearned handout, but actually something you fully deserve. I know, it sounds wild. Let's get into it.
Okay, so our starting point is this incredible verse in Romans. It says that when we receive this gift of righteousness, we get to reign in life. Now, that doesn't mean just getting by. It means living with real authority, with purpose. But what is this gift really? And how we answer that, well, that's where everything changes.
And here it is, the big question at the heart of our discussion today. We're so often told that grace, that righteousness, is unmerited favor, a gift for people who absolutely do not deserve it. But what if there's more to the story? What if something so profound happened spiritually that it actually made you worthy of receiving it?
Yeah, so this lands us right in the middle of a fascinating paradox. How on earth can a gift be totally free, yet at the same time, completely deserved? It feels like a contradiction, doesn't it? But there's a powerful logic to it, and we're about to unpack it together.
So let's just lay it out side by side. The view we usually hear is on the left. It's a gift given despite our unworthiness. But check out the view on the right. Here, it's a gift given because of a brand new identity. See the shift? The focus isn't on who you were, but on who you've become.
So you're probably asking, okay, how is this new identity even possible? Well, the whole key, the clue that unlocks this entire idea, is found by looking at when this whole thing really started.
And that brings us to the absolute foundation of this whole argument. If we really want to understand our righteousness, we've got to pinpoint the true starting line for Christianity. And here is the core claim, the linchpin of this entire perspective. Christianity doesn't actually begin at the cross. It begins after the resurrection. Now, this isn't just a tiny detail. This shift in the timeline is absolutely crucial if we're going to see how righteousness can be a deserved gift.
Let's walk through this timeline. Before the cross, there's the old you, the old nature. Then, at the cross, that old you was crucified with him. It wasn't just him on the cross. You were there too, spiritually speaking. Then, in the tomb, that old self was buried with him. And then, the resurrection. That is the moment the new creation is born. This isn't something Jesus did for us from a distance. It's an experience we were included in.
And check this out. This verse from Acts really supports this idea of the resurrection as a birthday. The scripture says that on the day God raised Jesus, he was begotten. It was like his birth as the first of this brand new kind of human. And if we were raised with him, then guess what? We share that birthday.
So now let's dig into how this new birth completely transforms a person's identity. We've got the when, it's the resurrection. Now let's explore the how.
This definition is so important. A new creation is not just a sinner who got a pardon. It's not a patched-up version of your old self. It's an entirely new being, literally born brand new with no past at the exact moment Christ was raised from the dead.
Think about the finality of this. Everything about that old, broken, condemned nature, it was all legally and spiritually judged, sentenced, and executed right there on the cross with Jesus. Its existence was brought to a complete end.
And after that execution, all of those sins, every single one, was buried, put away, gone forever. This isn't just wiping a slate clean. It's getting a totally new slate that's never been written on. It's a complete removal.
And here we have the scriptural backbone for this entire transformation. The parallel in Romans is just so clear. Just as Christ was physically raised up, we are spiritually raised up to walk in a totally new kind of life.
And this is where it all comes together. When you were born into this newness of life, you got a birthright. It came as part of the package. His righteousness. It's not something that gets added on later. It's literally part of your spiritual DNA from the moment of your new birth.
So why does all of this theological detail matter? I mean, what's the bottom line? Well, it has a massive impact on how a believer actually lives their life day to day. It's all about how we reign in life, just like that first verse said.
The big implication here is a total shift away from striving and self-effort. I mean, think about it. If righteousness is your actual nature, who you are, then you don't have to struggle to become righteous. You can't earn it. You just have to receive it as your new identity. So let's just recap the big takeaways here. First, righteousness is your identity, not some achievement you have to unlock. Second, it's a birthright you're born with, not a reward for good behavior. Third, it was fully purchased and paid for, which is what makes it a deserved gift. And finally, when you get this, it empowers you to truly reign in life.
And that really leaves us with one final, powerful thought to chew on. If you really truly believed that righteousness is simply who you are, not something you're trying to become, how would that change the way you see yourself? Right now, today. How would it change your confidence, your thoughts, your actions? It's a game changer. Thanks so much for diving into this with me.